All right, let's get this full moon party started. Here we are. Welcome. What's happening right now? I don't know. I usually on full new moons, whatever, when I feel inspired, I will share something, and I usually do it in the form of dancing or discussing what I'm feeling with these astrological events or what's going on in the world. And I decided this time that I'm going to do it live, and I'm going to do a whole combination. So we're going to talk about what I've been feeling with this full moon. This full moon is a huge one, by the way. My sun sign is in Taurus. The full moon is in Taurus. And I'll get into it. I'll explain it. But yeah, all the Taurus, Scorpio things. It's a lot on. And I'm sure that you are aware that we have a lot going on these days. Hi to everyone who's joining. Thanks for being here. A little background on like what's going on with my getup right now. I dressed up as a priestess. Nice to meet you. COVID jokes. It's been so long since I wore contact lenses that I didn't realize I only had one good one left. So that's why we're wearing glasses right now, because I can't read my notes off the page, literally, that are a foot and a half away. So we're in like librarian mode while we're lecturing and discussing right now about the moon. And then when it's time to move around and do the embodiment and physical health aspects of our Halloween full moon situation, the glasses will come off. The other funny thing, in case anybody cares, is that it's been so long since I wore foundation. My bottle of foundation was actually completely like dried out. I know there's still liquid in there, but I couldn't get it out. The pump was all mucked up, and I like poked at it with sharp things, and I ran it under hot water, and then eventually I was just like, we're wasting our time at this point. So there's a lot of concealer and powder happening right now and absolutely no foundation. So there's my preamble, and now we have 8 people here. So here we go. Let's start our party. My birthday's May 8th, and it's my favorite number. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is invite everybody to drop into their bodies. We are here to experience everything that I'm here to offer, and that is mind, body, and spirit. We're going to touch on a little bit of all of those. So take some deep breaths with me right now. Maybe you've had a stressful day. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you felt what was going on with the energies today like I did the last few weeks, this entire month. It's been a lot of up and down. A lot. Anxiety, anybody? Right here. There's a time and a place for that. And a big thing of mine and my present to people is about dealing with things like depression and anxiety, because surprise, it's a big part of my life. And the funny thing about anxiety is that you always think that because it involves your mind, that using your mind will help you get out of the problem. But that's a total lie. Can you swear on Facebook Lives? That's bullshit. That's your mind tricking you. The key, in my experience, to dealing with anxiety is honestly getting myself to turn my brain off and drop into my body. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to invite you to take a couple deep breaths, okay? Breathe in, inhale. Good, hold your breath for 4 to 5 seconds, as long as you can. Good, and exhale. Do it again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Do that again in your own time, and I'll do it too. Good. So the whole idea here is that we are setting intention and we are creating space. talk about the full moon, to ignore Miss Kitty Cat who wants some attention right now, who's mad at me because I kicked her out of this chair she was sleeping on. So as I was saying, the whole point of this is to turn off our thinking mind so that we can deal with the situation at hand. And while that may seem counterintuitive, it really is exactly what we need. And I want you to thank your mind for showing up right now and for being willing to open your thoughts and your spirit and your body to what I'm here to share. There's a lot of wisdom in that. There's so much wisdom in our bodies. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. So the theme I mentioned was the full moon in Taurus and the sun in Scorpio. And this is all about shadow work. And I'm going to explain that in a bit. But I sort of wanted to open with a poem. And this is a poem from a book that's really special to me. This is The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And this copy actually belonged to my grandfather, Morris Jacobson. And every time I am like really having issues in life, I go to this book. I love it. You're probably familiar with it. It's quite famous. It's a book of prose, and it has a bunch of different chapters around different things, different topics. So what we're talking about right now is on good and evil. So just relax and listen. Of the good in you I can speak, but not of the evil. For what is evil but good, tortured by its own hunger and thirst? When good is hungry, it seeks food even in dark caves. And when it thirsts, it drinks even of dead waters. You are good when you are one with yourself. Yet when you are not one with yourself, you're not evil. For a divided house is not a den of thieves. It is only a divided house. And a ship without rudder may wander aimlessly among perilous isles, yet sink not to the bottom. You are good when you strive to give of yourself. Yet you are not evil when you seek gain for yourself. For when you strive for gain, you are but a root that clings to the earth and sucks at her breast. Surely the fruit cannot say to the root, "Be like me, ripe and full and ever giving of your abundance." For to the fruit giving is a need, as receiving is a need to the root. You are good when you are fully awake in your speech. You are not evil when you sleep while your tongue staggers without purpose. And even stumbling speech may strengthen a weak tongue. You are good when you walk to your goal firmly and with bold steps. Yet you are not evil when you go thither limping. Even those who limp go not backwards. But you who are strong and swift, see that you do not limp before the lame, deeming it kindness. You are good in countless ways, and you are not evil when you are not good. You are only loitering and sluggard. Pity that the stags cannot teach swiftness to the turtles. Longing for your giant self lies your goodness. That longing is in all of you. But in some of you, that longing is a torrent rushing with might to the sea, carrying the secrets of the hillsides and the songs of the forest. And in others, it is a flat stream that loses itself in angles and bends and lingers before it reaches the shore. Let not him who longs much say to him who longs little, "Wherefore are you slow and halting?" For the truly good asks not the naked, "Where is your garment?" nor the houseless, "What has befallen your house?" So what does that mean to you? Like, what did you understand from that? You know? You can go, I also wore my glasses so that I could actually read what people are saying. So if you want to comment, you can. I can read it. The reason I wanted to share that is because, like I mentioned, Scorpio season is all about shadow work. And it's really important for us to dig deep and get to know our shadow side. We all have them. We're all dark and light, good and evil, or as Khalil Gibran so eloquently explained to us, just the not good side of us, which deserves attention and love as well, of course. What was I saying? That stuff is all a part of us, and we need to acknowledge it because it's important for us to be whole humans, right? We can't walk around like fragmented individuals, as if I could be like, oh, I'm all good, I'm never bad, I'm never mean, I'm not a jerk, you know? Why do we say that? Because it's really hard to admit when we have done something that is not good. But it's really, really important for us to do that. Why is it important? Great question. Because if you don't acknowledge your pain, how can you ever heal from it? Is it really gone if you pretend it's not there? Obviously not, right? We all know that. That's right, Lamia, shadow work. And that's why, I started sharing on the moons to begin with, because I used to think that I was like this completely emotionally erratic person, and I would go through these very intense mood swings, and then I noticed that my mood swings actually follow the moons, and then I started learning about astrology, and I realized that you can really take advantage of what this cultural wisdom teaches us about what's happening in the skies and see it as a reflection of you, right? As above, so below, as without, so within. And that's why shadow work is coming up for a lot of us right now, because that's what Scorpio is all about. And those of you whose birthdays are between late October and late November may be people who are very comfortable with, the so-called underworld, the more shadowy, like perceivably darker sides of the human experience, which are all part of the human experience and all deserve acknowledgement. So how do we do that? That's what the embodiment is here for. But first I want to explain a little bit more about Scorpio and the moon, which is in Taurus. So dressing up as a priestess is fun. So the sun is in Scorpio, and the sun represents our external world. So what that means, as I just sort of gave you a quick description of what Scorpio represents, what that means is that our external world can be looking a little bit chaotic right now. And guess what it is? And that is happening for a reason. When that happens, it's because we are being asked to slow down and look at what's happening. You can go through challenges, shadow work, difficult times with your eyes closed, so to speak. You can kind of go through the same motions and knee-jerk responses that you have always used, and that's fine. You'll survive, we'll all be okay at the end of the day. But wouldn't it be cool if we could actually learn something from it and acknowledge our shadow aspects so that we can integrate? And that's where the moon comes in. So the full moon is in Taurus right now. Full moons are about release. And Taurus, my sun sign, is all about sensuality, for lack of a better word. It's all about earthly comforts. Taurus is a very homey, earthy sign, and when you look at it from the aspects of a full moon, you could think that it's like, what's the relationship between our emotions and the way that we seek sensual comforts, which means, nice fabrics, comfort food, blankets, what we put in our home, what we, all of the tangible real world things that we surround ourselves with. So what I really like about this time of year that I actually never realized until this year, is that the stars and the planets and the moons align at this time every year to give us this opportunity to do this incredibly powerful shadow work. Because what better way to deal with this chaos and transformation in our external world and darkness that's coming into our world? What better way to face that than with a Taurus by your side, holding your hand in your heart? I want you to breathe into that for a second. Just allow that to sink in. Just because things are chaotic and uncertain and there's darkness, just because it feels not okay, doesn't mean that that's true. We are always supported. We are always loved. We are always safe. The other thing I just wanted to quickly mention that's really powerful about this time of year is that Scorpio and Taurus are both fixed signs and they're both feminine signs, which just means that it's like really creating a beautiful container for us to do our shadow work in. Scorpio is the alchemist of the calendar. Scorpio is known for transformation. It's the phoenix that rises from the ashes, as well as the scorpion. So, like I was saying, it's your free will. I respect your free will and everybody's. You can go through challenges in life with the same old reactions, or you can allow the Taurus moon to hold your hand and put on your cozy blanket and pop some popcorn or whatever it is. Go live without putting your cat away because you love her too much, and let her jump on the table and walk around in front of you. Do what you gotta do. But my point is, do what you have to do so that you can face these shadows and actually go through this transformation and come out of it a new person. Integrated. How many times have I said that so far? That's the word. That's the theme, the reason for the season. Integration. Because that is really, really beautiful. Personal growth. So I think that's all I wanted to say about that. The next thing I want to do is kind of give you a chance to walk through, like, what does this all mean? This is really great in theory. Thanks for explaining, Ms. Jill Shireen. But like, how do I do it? So that's where the embodiment aspect comes in, okay? So the whole reason that I asked you to take some deep breaths and come into the present moment and center before we started was to get you into a state where you could attend to the present moment. And now I want you to attend to your body in this present moment. Okay, so close your eyes if that feels safe. Take some breaths. Go inward. Check in with your body. Acknowledge the kind of day you might have had, where your head's at right now, and just accept, observe, no judging. Taurus doesn't judge. Taurus says, "Would you like a snack, sweetie? Let me get you a pillow," so that we can go through this shadow work with as much comfort as possible. Good. So I'd like you to bring to mind a recent situation in which maybe after the situation was done, you were like, something feels funny. Maybe I could have done something differently. Maybe I could have gotten a better outcome there. And that's really cool. That's an amazing skill to be able to see that and to not judge yourself for it. That's the first step, right? Self-love. And if you are judging yourself right now, let me just tell you, you don't need to. We all make mistakes. We all have shadow aspects and light aspects. We all have our childhood experiences that shape those aforementioned knee-jerk reactions. And that's okay. It's okay. Someone is feeling something right now. I can feel it. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to have regrets. We all do. The reason I asked you to bring this, bring a situation like this to mind was not to become overwhelmed by negative emotions or to allow your mind to run away with itself. The reason I brought it up is because I want you to check into your body, and I want you to ask your body for wisdom. I want your body to show you how wise it is by giving it permission to tell you where are you feeling the emotional pain that's associated with the situation. So let me explain that one more time. We are feeling into right now, we're not thinking about, we're feeling into a recent situation for like a little bit of real world, experience, a recent situation where you felt like, maybe this thing could have gone a little bit better. Maybe I could have done things differently. Just keep breathing. Turn your mind off. Don't think about the situation and what could I have said or done differently. Just ask your body to show you where are you holding that situation in your body. Because if you don't process it, it gets stuck. And this is what prevents us from integrating our shadow aspects. Do you feel it at the base of your spine? Do you feel it in your feet? Do you feel it in your hands? Is it in your throat? Is it in your heart? Where is it? Just take a minute. While you take that minute, I'm going to get us set up for our warm-up. And we'll see what Kitty Cat does here, but just sit tight. Keep breathing. Keep thinking. I love you. You got this. Hold your hand if you need to. Put on a blanket if you need to. Awesome. My glasses are off, so I can't see shit. I can barely see the outline of my body. How did that go? How was that meditation for you? I'll read it in the comments afterwards. We're ready to move. I am fully in priestess mode right now. And what I want you to do, maybe you were able to identify where you were feeling that in your body. Maybe you weren't, and that's okay too. But what I want you to do now is stand up with me and move through what we just uncovered. Whether you consciously are aware of it or not, we are doing spiritual work right now, okay? So, stand with your feet about hip width apart. Make your knees nice and soft. Shoulders are back. Your head is high because you are royalty. If it's available to you to balance on one foot, I want you to pick up your right foot and start doing some ankle circles. You are safe. Do you know that? You are stable. Change directions with your foot. You are stable and you are safe. You have a home. Change feet. There's enough food. There's a warm bed for you to sleep in tonight. Change directions. Good, shake out your legs. You are safe. You have a home, you have a place to sleep. You have people who love you. You have enough food. What else? The next thing I want you to do is, with soft knees, hit one leg to the front of the room and then the other. And just let your hips move up and down as you change thighs. Your weight is in your heels and your knees are soft. And your lower back should be relaxed. And as you do this, one leg after the other, repeat those affirmations that we just said. I'm safe. I have a home and a bed to sleep in. There's enough to go around. I have enough food to eat. I have enough healthy, good food to eat. I have all the things that I like. I have family around me. I have a support system. I'm safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I have a home. This is fun. Let's wrap. I'm safe. I have a home. I have a warm bed to sleep in. I am safe. I have a home. I have enough food to eat. One more. I am safe. I have a home. I have family and friends who love and support me. Good. Check it out. What's next is our sacral chakra. So I want you to do like step to one side and then point your toe. So it's like a step to my left and I touch with my right. I know you can't really see my feet. There you go. And I can see my legs too. Ooh, hi. Okay, step touch. So that's what we're doing. So this time with our step touch, I want you to feel into, it's safe for me to feel. I am allowed to hold space for my feelings. Step touch. Let your hips move a little bit more this time. Let them float and do whatever kind of circly, 80, fluid, whatever stuff they want to do. Sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I'm sad. Step, touch, step, touch, step, touch. Good. Sometimes I'm excited and sometimes I'm disappointed. Sometimes I feel frustrated and sometimes I'm in the flow. Step, touch, step, touch. All emotions are valid. I allow all of my emotions to flow through me. All emotions are valid and they need to be listened to and attended to. I'm happy. Sometimes I'm sad. I am excited. And sometimes I'm not. And that is all okay. Good. The next thing I want you to do is take your feet a little bit wider. Bend one knee. I'm bending my right knee and clearly sticking my hips out to the side. And then I'm going to send them to the back and stretch out my hamstrings. And then I'm going to send them to the other side with my left knee bent and my upper body pointed to the right. And then I'm going to come up. And this time, we're going to put our arms up and we're going to say, we're going to feel with our bodies as we move through this. I am allowed to take up space in the way that feels right for me. I am allowed to take up space in a way that feels right for me. Go the other way. Send your hips, bend your left leg and send your hips to the left now. And what are we going to say this time? I have healthy boundaries. I know when to say no, and I know that that's okay. I have healthy boundaries. I know when to say no, and I know that that's okay. Check out your legs. It's safe to be you. Say that. It's safe to be me. I'm allowed to be me. We're all different individuals, and that's super cool. And when you come from a space of feeling into having a safe home and knowing that you're supported and allowing yourself to feel whatever feelings you want, then that self-confidence just comes naturally. I'm safe to be me, and it's okay to set boundaries. Like that. Okay, we're going to move up to our heart now. Do you remember that move that we did for our root chakra that was like hitting our legs to the front of the room one at a time? I want you to do that faster. That's how we work up the shimmy. And everything is just really soft. My knees are soft, my weight is in my heels, and if this is like brand new to you tonight, right now, you can just keep going slowly, one on one. But the point is that I'm like grounded and I'm just letting it all hang out. That's what shimmies are about. The more that's jiggling, the better. Now put your hands on your heart. I'm loved. I'm surrounded by love. There are people in my life who love me, and I have people that I love in return. We are all connected by this beautiful love. Good, shake it out. Good. Look to the right. It's safe to speak my truth. Look to the left. I have important things to share with the world. Look up. It's safe to speak my truth. Look down. I have important things to share with the world. Again, look to the right. It's safe to speak my truth. Look to the left. I have important things to share with the world. Look up. It's safe to speak my truth. Look down. I have important things to share with the world. Let's do some wrist circles. Good. Start at the hips and move your way up. Up the middle of your body, up to the top. Good. And then open. And do them nice and slowly because we're going to have to do a couple. And every time you get down to the bottom, you can change directions with your wrists. I'm in touch with my intuition and what it has to share with me. I listen to the wisdom that's around me. I take the advice, change directions with your wrist, of the plants and the animals and the spirits and the ancestors that are constantly surrounding and supporting and loving me. One last time, change directions with your wrist. I'm in touch with my intuition, and I'm open to receiving the messages that spirit, my ancestors, plants and animals, and everything around me has, and the messages that come through in the highest intention of love and light. Good. And last is our crown chakra and our connection to source. I want you to bend your right knee and take your right arm and reach to the left. I'm connected to source energy. Now bend your left knee and reach with your left to the right. We are all connected through love. I'm connected to source energy. And we are all connected through love. Someone's holding their breath. Breathe. I'm connected to source energy. And we are all connected by love. I'm connected to source energy. And we are all connected by love. Good. Do a few more of those. This is one of my favorites. Nice stretch. Good. Okay. Arms down. Shake out your arms. Shake out your legs. I'm curious to know, leave in the comments, whether how that sat with you, and if you feel any differently. Remember that thing that we went through before getting up to move around? How does your body feel right now? Just breathe into it. So the last thing that we are going to do to finish this Halloween party, full moon thing, is that I'm going to just put on all this makeup, concealer and bronzer, and this costume because it's fun and it feels great, and it does. Thank you. I did because I wanted to perform for you as well. So this is like a little, I don't know what's going to happen with the Facebook copyright, oops, I shouldn't have said that because now they're listening. Situation, but I like edited this song and edited it down to like just over a minute, so I think it should be okay. I do not own the copyright rights to this song, but it's my understanding I can use it in a live. Anyways, so I hope you can hear the music. Otherwise, it's just going to be like free interpretation. And this is a song that is about letting go. This is actually a dance that I choreographed a couple summers ago that I have revived. And it's basically like, get out of here, little boy. I don't need you and your distractions. And it's called Oppa, which means like, we're here to celebrate. Let's enjoy life. Okay, so that's it. And then when that's done, I'll be saying goodbye. So I hope you had a wonderful evening. Send me a DM, leave stuff in the comments, how you felt about this. You can reach out to me on Facebook or on Instagram, Jill Shireen, Saraswati Lifestyle. This video is going to be posted to YouTube. As annoying as that is about like having to take in a portrait, and so the OCD, like graphic designy person in me is very annoyed about this. But anyways, it'll be on YouTube. I digress. Let's stop talking and dance for the people. How about that, Jill Shireen? Okay, good idea.
I said that I was gonna not be live after I finished dancing. Oh, hi, Viva! Love you too. You're the best. She's my Taurus cousin. I bet you're feeling this full moon to the max too. Let's talk about that. Movement always helps me feel better in the middle of shadow work. So maybe you want to dance along. You want to take some classes with me? That's going to be a thing too. Anyways, have a great night. Love you.